Joe Manganiello is an actor, director and producer who is well known for his role as Alcide Hervio in the HBO series, True Blood. He is also a Dungeons & Dragons D&D enthusiast and creator of the homebrew game, Manganiello's Quest. Manganiello has called D&D the secret source of my creativity, and has been playing the game since he was a child. His first campaign was with his brother, Nick, called the Dungeon Master Chronicles. Joe has acknowledged the strong influence that D&D has had on him, and believes that the collaborative world-building elements of the game helped hone his creative skills. He also credits his experience with D&D for teaching him the skills needed to become a successful actor, director and producer. Joe has enthusiastically promoted Dungeons & Dragons on social media, often posting photos of himself playing the game with his friends and family. He is also an active member of many D&D fan groups and events. Joe has attended seminars, given talks and even ran a live D&D game at the San Diego Comic-Con. In addition to attending meetings, conventions and shows, Joe also created a Rule of Manganiello, a set of guidelines for Dungeons & Dragons players that advocates not only for friendliness but also for celebrating the game's ability to make players feel like heroes. He has also helped popularize the game, appearing on podcasts, TV programs and interviews to talk about D&D. He even created a video series to help teach newcomers how to play the game, called Joe's Dungeon Master Masterclass. Joe's enthusiasm for Dungeons & Dragons has resulted in many fan sites dedicated to him and the game. He even famously brought a game of Dungeons & Dragons to his wedding, along with a life-sized prop of a 20-foot dragon to set the mood. Joe Manganiello's love for Dungeons & Dragons has inspired many fans, new players, and encouraged veterans to continue playing the game. He has also been credited with making the game more accessible to the general public by adding more dynamic storytelling and movie-level special effects to the traditional gaming experience. Joe's passion for the game has been an inspiration, both professionally and personally, for many players. His efforts have even been immortalized in comic form, with a recent issue of Marvel's Amazing Spider-Man featuring a character inspired by Joe Manganiello. Joe Manganiello's lifelong dedication to Dungeons & Dragons has made him an iconic figure among D&D players and fans alike. His enthusiasm for the game and its characters, stories, and world building continues to be a source of inspiration to gamers everywhere. Joe Manganiello's love for the game has inspired people to create amazing new content, including his own homebrew game, Manganiello's Quest. In typical D&D fashion, the game creates an exciting and dynamic adventure with multiple paths and different endings. Joe's passion has reached the masses with his invention of tabletop props and materials for players, as well as inspiring merchandise ranging from t-shirts to action figures. Joe Manganiello's enthusiasm for D&D has allowed its audience to grow on an unprecedented scale, as he has personally encouraged a whole generation of gamers to get involved. Fans have also come to admire his efforts to use Dungeons & Dragons as a platform for positive change, to promote acceptance and cohesion among players regardless of race, gender, or religion. Joe's dedication to the game has seen the release of his own D&D-inspired comic, as well as the creation of Manganiello's Quest, the homebrew game. He is also an avid collector of Dungeons and Dragons related merchandise such as board and card games, toys, and even board books. Joe Manganiello has even contributed to the cause of developing new D&D rules, mechanics, and storylines by forming working groups to facilitate open and collaborative discussions.